Shalom, sister, shalom. Kol halo Yahweh Bahashim Hamashiach Wamalak Yahushai. All honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. I will learn him forever. Lord willing, y'all are having a beautiful Sabbath prep day through the Spirit. Y'all getting stuff done. You scratching stuff off your to-do list. All praise to the Most High. I wanted to touch on the Day of Atonement, which is the next high holy day after memorial blowing of the trumpets. This is for our sisters that keep this calendar, the WFI calendar. And if you're not keeping the WFI calendar, I respect everybody's decisions on what they, when they keep their high holy days. I don't, that's none of my business. I don't care, but I just want to make sure, sisters, that you are marking your calendars. So, if you're not keeping the if you're not keeping the memorial blowing of the trumpets, on the day that we keep it, which is September 24th sundown, if you're keeping it before or after, just make sure that you're preparing yourself for the memorial blowing of the trumpets. You're making sure you're figuring out what you're about to cook, where you're going to congregate at. Make sure, you're getting everything set up and getting everything ready for the memorial blowing of the trumpets. And more so also for the Day of Atonement. That's what this video is going to be about, the Day of Atonement, and preparing yourselves and your children, your household for the Day of Atonement. I have other Day of Atonement videos on my channel, but my sister was like, I should probably talk about this. So here we are, through the Spirit, Lord willing, if this gets uploaded. The Day of Atonement for us is October 3rd sundown. And you can go to Leviticus 23 through 27 through 31 for the Day of Atonement. And we can go to that right now. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of this month, of this 7th month, there should be a Day of Atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is the Day of Atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in the same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Ye shall do no manner of work. It will be a statute, it shall be a statute forever throughout your generation in all of your dwellings." So no matter where you at, every generation, every year, the Day of Atonement is going down through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You want to make sure that you're preparing yourself for it, and most importantly, that you're preparing your children for it. One of the ways that I prepare my children for the Day of Atonement is my children fast on a regular. So they'll fast. It don't have to be maybe every 2 weeks. It could be 2 times a month, etc. But I let my children fast so that they can, be prepared for the Day of Atonement. But not only that, so they can fast and ask the Most High for more mercy, more knowledge, more wisdom and understanding, and that the Lord forgives them for their sins. You want to talk to your children about the importance of fasting and what that does for them, and how how them fasting is really important for their salvation, and how the fasting helps, the Lord hearkens to their prayers. So you want to instill into them how important fasting is, so that they can grow up fasting. So your children will just come to you and say, "Hey, Mom, I want to fast today." My son did that, started doing that not too long ago. "Hey, I want to fast today." Because this is a part of their nationality and their heritage. This is our lifestyle. Fasting is our lifestyle. So you want to instill that in your children at a young age, so when the Day of Atonement does come, they're not like, "Oh my gosh, what is this? I can't believe I got to do this." And you don't want them to feel, you don't want it to be grievous unto them. So you want them to really know the importance of fasting, and you want them to do it, with you, and have them maybe on a schedule where, they can fast twice a month, or every 2 weeks, or every 3 weeks, wherever, you and your husband see fit, or whenever, whenever you and your husband see fit. Always run it by your husband and ask him, "How do you feel about our children fasting today?" Or, always run it by your husband, head of your household. So all praises to the Most High. You want to really get them to understand the importance of fasting. And pretty much in my household, Just like the scriptures say, the dog doesn't eat on the Day of Atonement, and the cat doesn't eat either. And let's get that. That is Judith 4:10. Both they and their wives and their children and their cattle and every stranger and hireling and both and their servants brought with money put sackcloth upon their loins. So even the children fasted. So don't say, oh, my kids don't gotta fast. But no, it's in our heritage and our nationality that our children did fast with us. In every soul. So if you have a soul, that if anything has a soul, then they should be keeping the Day of Atonement. And their cattle. So your dog and your cat and your cattle, they have to fast as well. This is a Day of Atonement. Okay. And this is Jonah chapter 3. And he caused it to be proclaimed and published through Nineveh by the decree of the king and his nobles, saying, let there neither man nor beast, herd nor flock taste anything. Let them not feed nor drink water. Let them not feed or drink water. So you can't say on the Day of Atonement, I'm doing a dry fast. I hate that. I don't know what that is. Or I'm doing a wet fast, or I'm only drinking water. I literally cannot stand that. Because that's like so contrary to the scriptures. When you're doing a fast to the Lord, asking the Most High to hearken into your prayers, you're not supposed to be drinking or eating anything. You're not. That's kind of half 1 foot in, 1 foot out, having a dry fast. You drinking water, but what? You're not really afflicting your body because you're drinking water. Oh, I'm not going to drink. I'm going to just eat a little snack today. What kind of fast is that? You got to put your all into doing a fast, meaning that you're not going to eat anything or you're not going to drink anything. You're really afflicting your soul. You're really afflicting your body. Okay, so you have to really make sure that you're not eating anything or you're not drinking anything. Put all the snacks up, the oranges, the tangerines, the little chip bags, little mini bottles of water, juice boxes. Put all of that up, especially if you have younger kids, because they'll try to, sneak away and eat something. And, the Lord said that soul shall be cut off. And we got to really keep that in mind. Make sure we're hiding stuff and we got, all of our snacks and stuff hid from our children. Okay. What else? Did I touch more on the children fasting? Yeah, come on. Just tell your children the importance of fasting. All right. So now moving on to the Day of Atonement for pregnant or nursing mommies. I'm a nursing mommy. I've did the Day of Atonement pregnant maybe 2 times. I don't know. I really don't know. It could be 3 times. I really don't know. But I've done the Day of Atonement while nursing and while pregnant. And the best advice I can give to sisters is to stay well hydrated. Drink water. Make sure you're staying really hydrated. I would try to stray away from juices, pops, any type of carbonated beverage. I would try to stay away from that. And also, I was told drinking coconut water is really good for you as well. But I hate coconut water, but I heard that was really that really helps you stay hydrated as well. But you want to stay really hydrated, and you want to make sure that you're staying hydrated so that you can keep an abundant milk supply. Because if you have a newborn baby, if you just gave birth and you got to feed your baby breast milk, then we have to use wisdom. And I'm going based off of what my husband and our congregation, the leaders in my congregation say. Okay, look, if you have to use wisdom. If you got a newborn baby, you might have to nurse your baby, but you want to use wisdom. So you want to keep abundant milk supply, and also you want to try pumping too. I feel like pumping helps, and sisters should always try to pump every now and then. So when you do want to fast, you have a little bit of milk in your refrigerator or in the back of your freezer. You have some milk to go ahead and unthaw out to give to your baby. So you don't want to use, I'm nursing, so I can't fast. No, don't make no excuses. Don't make no excuses to why you're not fasting. Go ahead and freeze up some milk. Then you unthaw that milk out when you feel like your milk supply getting a little low, and give it to your baby. And that's fasting on a regular. If you're pregnant or nursing, you should always still, want to throw up a fast unto the Lord. especially while you're pregnant, because being pregnant, that's a serious thing. It's kind of like a, life or death situation. You really want the Lord to hearken to your prayers. If your husband see fits for you to fast, you should always be fasting no matter what condition you're in. A lot of people say, oh, you got to go to your doctor, ask your doctor. And, you want to use wisdom. Just use wisdom. And when you can fast, and if you feel like you in the middle of a fast, being pregnant, or being pregnant, you feel like you about to pass out. Because that actually happened to me one time. I was fasting while I was pregnant, and oh my gosh, right before the sun went down, I literally felt like I was about to throw up and pass out. So I had to eat a banana. I had to break my fast because I just feel like I just got real weak, and I was walking around Costco. So if you are fasting while you're pregnant, make sure that you're really hydrated and that you're not doing any work and you're not walking around and laboring. And with that being said, just make sure you're staying hydrated, and you're eating hydrating foods that's high in water content, such as watermelon, cucumber, celery, tomatoes, zucchini, spinach, strawberry, any type of melon, that'll keep you hydrated while before your fast. And most importantly, you want to pray and have faith that you can do all things through Hamashiach Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who strengthens us. Right? So we have to do these fast, and we can't make excuses for why we can't do them. All right, you can pump milk up, have your milk saved up. You want to make sure that you're staying hydrated, and making sure your baby got enough water and their little amniotic sac, so your baby's good for that day. You always want to make sure that you're staying hydrated. Okay. And also for the Day of Atonement, I always bring this out in the Day of Atonement videos it's so important to write down the things that you need to work on every Day of Atonement. So if you took that advice this Day of Atonement, last Day of Atonement, and you wrote down everything that you need to work on, now is the time to go back and look at that and say, look, this is a new year. This is a new Day of Atonement. So you want to always make sure that, you're comparing, your list from last year to this year, and see if you're really growing through the Spirit. And that's all I wanted to bring out to sisters. And Lord willing, this was helpful. Teach your kids, to sum it all up, teach your kids the importance of fasting. Don't make excuses as to why you can't fast. Willing, y'all are, examining yourselves, and you taking a look at that list and you from last year, and you taking a look at the list that you're writing from this year. So Lord willing, y'all are growing through the Spirit, and you're comparing, saying, wow, I'm better at this, and I'm crossing that out, and I'm better at that. Always ask the Most High for forgiveness, mercy, and put the Spirit on you to get your household ready for the Day of Atonement. With that being said, sisters, that's all I wanted to really touch on today. Shalom, love y'all, and happy Sabbath prep day. Shalom.